It's Week 11 of the NFL, and our focus is on George Pickens. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Steelers and the Ravens, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. Greg, love this matchup. We got a couple of defensive-minded teams in this one. They love to press the quarterback. They press those wide receivers on the corners. Man, points are going to be tough to come by in this one.
And as good as the defenses think they're going to be entering today's game, Mike, I think it really flips the pressure on the opposing offenses. Make the most of your opportunities. Each possession matters. Don't turn the ball.
The veteran Chris Boswell ready to get things going. And off we go from the Steel City. Justice Hill to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start, get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some ease.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Not the sharpest of starts on offense. Here an early 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's Austin to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Ohio State, 6'3", Justin Fields.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
2nd down and 3. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Automatic 1st down.
1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Warren. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Fields. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Oh, but he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Ravens offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. A throw to the right flat. It is caught. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run here with Hill. A flag is down. It's a gain of a yard. But let's check the call. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Now he takes off. Solid running there. He takes this up near the 35.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this second.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Jordan Stout now. He's on to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. This returnable from inside his own 40. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Steelers offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That is caught downfield by Pickens. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Warren. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Fields. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
A 49-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense getting set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll look to throw. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And 3rd down coming up. They'll throw out of the gun. He's going to let it fly for Hardy. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. On comes the punter now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Fields. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Play action now for Fields. He's got his man complete to Wilson. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Off the play action, here's Fields.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
On the ground, this is Warren. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. 3rd and 9.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Now Fields. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Man. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
2nd and goal at the Ravens 1-yard line.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. That is caught side of the end zone. Van Jefferson. Touchdown Steelers. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
And this is where it pays to have a strong arm to throw this sort of outbreaking route, Mike, towards the boundary in tight coverage. You got to have a lot of faith that you're going to get that ball there. If you're a little late, or this ball is underthrown, it could result in a pick six the other direction. Instead, he fires it and he puts it on a line, and the result is a touchdown.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Hardy now with the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's complete. Deontay Hardy. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. To the tight end, Likely. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Still second down.
It's the tight end, Likely, in motion. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I could go on and on about the offensive line breakdowns with this pass protection, and it's been flat out brutal. But let's give some credit to the other side of the ball. They came in not only motivated to make a statement, but with a great game plan, and so far they've executed it to a T.
He gets that to the veteran, Aguilar. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, Baltimore.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now some movement up front, flags down, mistake-filled first half continues. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Hard running there. He'll get this only to about the 13. 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So after 1, 10-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. They'll run the toss with Warren. And that's well read by the defense. Knocked backwards. He's back at his own 9-yard line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Fields. He finds Austin with the grab. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth...
Oh, a loose football. One of the Ravens has it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get that complete to Hardy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
There on the tackle. It's a gain of 3. 1st down, Baltimore.
Here's Hill. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line.
In motion comes Andrews. Back to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. He'll look to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Steelers' 5-yard line.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On the ground, they'll go with Hill. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They can keep the drive alive if they get to the 4, but facing 3rd down at the moment. Now they'll set up to throw. And this will be knocked out. Incomplete. Penalty flag down in the backfield. Usually a sign of a hold. On 4th down, on comes the 7-time Pro Bowler Justin Tucker for the Ravens field goal. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Ravens are on the board. It's now 10-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And he will score. Jaylen Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers move out in front by the score of 17-3. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Hardy now with the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Ravens offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. All run play. This is Hill. And he'll take this up past the 40, a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it's going to be 3rd down. Aguilar goes off in motion. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's their punter now. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. He'll push ahead to the 21. Brandon Stevens there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Warren. Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing now from the gun. That's to the right side and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to him, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. About set for our next drive. We'll take a peek ahead what's coming up later tonight. Sunday Night Football has the Colts and Jets AFC matchup at MetLife Stadium. And then tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, it's down to the Lone Star State for an in-state battle. Texans and Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Fields. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Fields. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Mitchell. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. Aguilar goes off in motion. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. They'll look to throw. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big play there for Baltimore. It's a gain of 34.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
To the air now on 1st and 10. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll try to set up the screen to Mitchell. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. He'll try and get there on the ground. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Ravens are able to get it back within a score.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The home team's offense going to take over just before the half. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here. It is an 8-point game. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jaden Daniels sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Alexander Madison, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Cam Akers, nearly 200 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns as well. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg
First half
Olsen.
played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Play action now for Fields. He'll let one go down the middle.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Now he'll run it. Whoa! He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Off the play action, here's Fields. He'll air it out, deep for Wilson. Marlon Humphrey, the man there to break that one up. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Warren. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Warren.
Jalen Warren, the ball carrier. Roquan Smith in on the tackle. A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. Now a 3rd and 2. Aguilar goes off in motion. Try to pick this one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Ravens sending the punt team out there as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here comes a return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They go play action with Fields. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of the Ravens has it. Still on the move. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Fields now to throw on first down. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Encroachment defense. Automatic first down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it right here with Warren. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Now a give to Warren, running right. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss. Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers will go up by 7. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. Here's 3rd and 2. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
1st and 10. Bateman is the motion man. He'll drop to throw. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of the Steelers has it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
First down. Fields. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again. Fields on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Back to throw is Fields. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. And we get a stoppage for an injury. Oh, that is T.J. Watt, who is in some discomfort. No help from those last 2 runs. It is 3rd and 13. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Ravens bring their punt team out as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Uh-oh. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50 and set up the offense with a short field. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Now, faking the give, and the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Still 2nd down.
They'll run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get forward for a couple. Adisa Isaac there to bring him down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 3rd and 9. Now, Fields. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He finds Likely, his tight end. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. A tight end in motion now. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing is Fields. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Roman Wilson was the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A carry here for Warren.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down. but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
13 yards on that pass play. That's a Steeler first down. They run out of the gun with Warren. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 40-yard line.
2nd down. It's Fields. He runs with it. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities. It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Holding offense.
So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. 3rd and a yard. They'll run here with Hill. And now here comes the punt team. That's fielded at about the 18. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Steelers' offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On the carry is Piron. And it'll be brought down shy of the 35, but that is good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On the ground, this is Piron. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
A run, it's Piron. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
On gain of 9, brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. He'll look to throw. That's to the tight end, Kohler. Going to try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now they'll set up to throw. To the tight end, Likely. Third down and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. That is caught. He finds Walker. First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Bateman is the motion man. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll find Aguilar, complete. Now they are in business, inside the 15-yard line. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Mitchell. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. They get the guard, Ben Cleveland. They'll look to throw. Off he goes.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. He's got it inside the 5. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Steelers offense ready to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Fields now. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Now it's P-Rock. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Here's P-Rock. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. They'll stay on the ground. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a 1st down.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to an E. 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They get the victory away from home in the division. Those are so valuable. And they'll get another shot in their place next time later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.